It's not what we want. There we go. We got it. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. As everyone is trickling in, we'll give them a moment to catch up with us and come in, join us in the ethers as well as live. We are in, I guess you can't fully see it. One of my favorite magical places. And it is so fitting as I was walking over to my favorite spot. So fitting. I'll give you guys the view here. Oops, that's my thumb. There we go. This is 10 Mile Creek, and then you can't totally see it, but Mount Royal is behind the bridge and bushes there. And we're in this little park in Frisco, which is nothing. There we go. Spectacular. Other than that, this is a space where I can't tell you how many initiations have started here and ended as well for me in the course of my life. And so today it is fitting that as we hit, I always love to think of summer as summer savasana, and that window of time where, anytime we're heading into a savasana, it's just a window where we become close with spirit. We find as we let down all of the effort from the year, we let down our energy in the ways we've been holding it, the transitions, just everything. The goals we've been working towards. It's that window when spirit's like, yeah, you wanted it, so let me help you. Give me a moment, like let down your energy so I can help you make the adjustments. Everything you've been pushing towards and working for. You got to create space and room for me. And summer kind of forces us into that because patterns change. It's just a different rhythm. And so I always think of it as the summer savasana. And in many ways, it can force the initiations as well. And so for me, that always has looked like this spot. And if you scroll back through our YouTubes, you'll see many meditations here on this river that have occurred over the years. And while I haven't spoken about the initiations that are going on in those windows of time, I guarantee you there have been many that have occurred. And so initiations, in my mind, whether they are formally recognized in a ceremonial space or not, are these huge openings for our soul to harness more energy, for new archetypes to come in, and for us to step into greater partnership with spirit. And most importantly, for both a death of who we were and a rebirth, a new aspect of who we are seeking, an opportunity for us to step into our purpose in a greater degree and capacity. So with that being said, well, the most important part of that is it's also a renewal in contract for what we are up to at a soul level. And whenever we're resetting a soul contract, you get to get up to the really good stuff from a meta perspective. That's when we can start to really harness and lock in at new meta frequencies. So golden flame is an initiatory flame. It's our identity. And as we seek to reset our identity as beings, as creators, here in this existence, identifying the signals we are sending out to the world and fine-tuning those signals so that the frequencies we are holding are precise and on point and as clean and crisp and clear so that we receive back in response things we want back. It becomes all powerful. So we're going to go pretty high today in terms of that frequency and that signal. So many guides, so many beyond, well, you can't go beyond angels because you all are, in my mind, as creators, you are earth angels. But there's a lot of divine feminine frequency here as creators. What that means to me, if that is truly your identity, it means you are walking avatars, right? You are Magdalene. You are all of those that we hold in the mythological space. You are the gods, you are the goddesses, you carry those frequencies, for they represent the meta planes and the energies that live within you that are seeking and wanting to come into partnership, but also come alive within you. They are the metas within you that are looking to wake up. And so we get to bring them alive today in our meditation. So let's do it. Let's drop in. I'm going to go ahead. You don't need to look at me to do that. I'm going to invite you to not look at my hand, but put the camera positioning around here. And take a nice deep breath in. Get really, really comfortable in your space, in your time, in your rhythm. I know my headphones probably don't allow you to hear the actual river itself. So just imagining it if you can't actually hear it through my headphones. And in the corner of the shot, you can see the sun, our golden flame, starting to peek through the trees. I know by the time we reopen our eyes at the end of this meditation, it's going to be fully expressed and awake. And so feeling that sunshine for wherever you are, whether indoors or outdoors, just alive, really alive. And what I want you to start off with as we call in the golden flame, that sunshine shining down upon you through our light link, feeling it shining on your face, imagining the sun, imagining it surrounding your body, warming the earth beneath your feet, warming your heart, warming the top of your head, warming your face, warming your hands, and letting it really soak into your vision as you take in that golden light and allow it to just send you back and forwards and just into a different space and time. Just breathe here for a moment and let your body catch up with the room, with the moment, wherever you may find yourself as the sun becomes brighter and brighter in your consciousness. Let yourself be greeted by spirit. As you breathe in and out, in and out. And again, using your breath to guide us in, letting the body catch up with the visuals, with the sensations, with everything that we're up to in this moment, letting your body catch up. And as you use the visuals in your mind, the sensation of the warmth of the sun, let it fill your body with that light. And so if you are more of a sentient, meaning a feeler, really take the time to feel the sun's warmth from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. And as we shift to the toes, allowing yourself to feel and imagine your feet on the earth. And today, since we're by the creek, feeling the creek and its crisp, cool, cleansing energy coming from high down off the mountainside. It's pure waters, freezing, really in contrast, the polarity to the warmth of the sun, cooling your toes. And in that contrast, I want you to really clock that contrast in your body as you imagine it. Clocking the contrast. Cold to hot. Really pull up that polarity in our light link today. So for those of you who are newer to the meditation, we always are running light link first just to bring us into the field, to really get the mind, the body, and just the energy field synchronized. And it brings us all into the same space. And we're going to land stabilizing this polarity between the cool and the hot today. The sun and the earth. We're going to land both in the heart. So I want you to focus in on the heart now, imagining that river rolling through your heart, letting those waters come up to the heart in the warmth of the sun. Melting all the way down until you can feel yourself somewhere far removed from anywhere and anything. Deep, deep, deep in a high mountain valley. You, the angels, spirit, your soul, I know, whether you have conscious memory or not, has been here many, many, many times. Letting yourself be transported to this spot, to this moment. This peace and quiet. The sound of the river, maybe the sound of the wind rolling down the mountain in the distance, the trees, a bird in the distance. And a stillness, so still, despite the gentle sound of the river, a stillness and an attunement to such subtleness in the frequencies that you can feel the movement of maybe a trout beneath the water, or a bird taking flight in a nearby tree, or the movement of a deer or an elk downstream, drinking from the water, or a rabbit in the grass behind you, or the sound of the caw of a crow up the valley. We're using this moment and this meditation in this scene to bring us in today to the golden flame. Whether you've spent time in the mountains or not, doesn't really matter. We're allowing ourselves to be swirled in and held by nature. For within you are these memories. And every initiation carries with it memories, memories that live deep within our cells, encoded within our DNA, within our energy fields. And so as you focus in on the sun, allowing your body to be held and cocooned by the light of the sun, allowing these images, these sensations to percolate up from the surface, letting yourself drift backwards and forwards through space and time. We don't even have to know or label when it has come. As you hold yourself in this high mountain valley, know and imagine as though there's this sacred dome or bubble that is encapsulating you here, that's holding it sacred. We could think of it almost like, we could think of it like a snow globe, right? Not to like collapse it into something as 3D as that, but a force field that is here, that is protecting this sacredness, encapsulating it, allowing us to enter this sacred space and time and to hold it. And I want you to feel into that energy that is holding this sacred bubble, this sacred memory that we've all, this fields of energy and light and remembrance, allowing yourself to envision it almost as though it has flecks, as you imagine it, of rainbow light or energy moving across the dome, flecks of electricity or lightning as you tune into it. As you feel a cool stone beneath your feet in that river, the charge of the earth beneath your feet, it's as though you can envision the dome lighting up. The charge of it becoming known. I invite you now to move away from the river to the fields within this meadow, this high mountain valley. And as we think of the dome, we look to the high mountain peaks that are surrounding it. And we begin to find ourselves recognizing that we're not alone. That maybe some of those streaks of light we saw coming across the dome were some of our avatars, some of our guides, some of the angels, some of the spirits. That have been here walking with us throughout time, encouraging us, supporting us. That maybe as we look to one peak, we see a flash of brilliant azure flame and what we might label a god or a seraph, an angel. Brilliant flash of light appears on that high mountain peak. And maybe we recognize that some of those animals we could have imagined are beginning to not only surround us, but follow us into that valley. Our spirit team, our animal team. And as we move deeper into this valley, we find an open clearing, we find a glade, and we see more and more beams of light beginning to come from the distance as really just orbs of light or holographs of light emerging. Like someone from a distance coming closer and closer. We see that dome, that sky igniting. Maybe you see like a meteor, one or two dropping in. Maybe it takes on kind of a Greek pantheon type of energetic for some of you. For others, it could have a very indigenous overtones and flow. Today, I feel very called to presence, the Divine Mother, through white buffalo calf woman, a beautiful woman emerging in this high mountain field, approaching you first and welcoming you to this sacred valley, welcoming you in to this initiation. Or as you come into this space, into this valley, into this tribe of creators, into this remembrance that you too are a great one. You too carry the memories of walking amongst the gods, or I should say, with the support, with the gods, that you are blessed with their guidance and with their consciousness, that they too bestow their identity upon you. And so as she approaches, her messaging of humbleness, of humility, is that of all things are here and meant to be utilized. Just like the teachings of the bison and all elements can be utilized and nurture and supply and provide, so too are all elements of our lives of being human. All elements of our experiences are meant to provide for what it means to be creator. We aren't meant to be high and holy and bolts of brilliance and creation that can fly in and, land down a mountain and repair a veil and touch and give blessings by simply our presence, even though we are absolutely capable of that. But we are also meant to walk in the density and to have our hearts broken and shattered and picked up again, and to learn humility and to experience shame and guilt and fear and all of these awful, sometimes seemingly awful emotions that teach us about love and about choice and about compassion. That's the gift of being human. That's the gift of humanity. And while we get to walk in this human avatar of a body, we also get to use our imagination and our intuition to come to a field like this and walk amongst these gods. And we get to bring and open portals of light into the density through our compassion and through our experiences and through our shame and through our knowingness that in those moments that are most challenging, that we can, through cracking our hearts open and being willing to stand in truth and knowing that what we are here to do is to hold a line and to fight for our hearts and what we know to be right, or fight until it feels right inside of us. That is what she is here to remind us about. That is the essence of initiation. Is this reminder that only we possess that power, and that the gods today are here to remind us and to honor us in that power. Because as human, number one thing we do is screw it up, fuck it up. That's what we're here to do. It's our capacity to be humble and to recognize that and to see and know that we are going to do it and to utilize all of these skills. And to find White Buffalo Calf Woman's Peace Pipe. It reminds us that we are both things. It reminds us that we are coherence, and to seek that coherence, and that we have this power of these gods and goddesses bestowed upon us and within us. And so it is through her that we find the blessings of the Divine Mother. And so I want you now to feel her blessing you with this lesson. Feel her hand placed upon your heart. Feel her bestowing the teachings of the river that moves through time, that cleanses and purifies all things, and of honor. For all of the times that you've stood and initiated yourself over and over and over again into truth, into standing for what you know to be right. And through that truth, you have not collapsed or fallen under the pressure and the weight. You have persevered for the story, for the alignment, for what feels right. You've held fast until it feels right. And know that these blessings of the Divine Mother have stood with you, have moved through you, and that your heartache and your shame, she has been there with you, and she is the glue and the love that helps you pull it all back together. Where there is no greater power than the love, the vessel, the container of the Mother. And it is in our lowest moments that we meet her and we greet her and we are initiated into our love, if we are allowing, if we are willing to allow ourselves and our heart to break open enough to let her in. And if we have the courage to look for her in those moments and to ask for her help. And to remember that she was always there. And as we walk amongst the gods, it is her power. And it is this remembrance that she was always there within us because we were always a creator, creating. We just needed to remember who we were, who we are. So I want to invite everyone to take a nice deep breath in. And in this moment, envisioning taking a nice big draw off white buffalo calf women's peace pipe. And as you do, actually, first, before we do that, the beauty of the peace pipe is taking the power of it is taking both the masculine and the feminine elements of the pipe and placing them together. The bowl and the stem, the tobacco and the flame. And in this case, the challenge and all of the elements that are hard and in hardship of the initiatory processes of being human, and the beauty and the joy and the light of being creator, that we get to do it and wield it with. And symbolically bringing all of those elements together. And as you feel those two things coming together in your heart and in your mind today, pulling them together and breathing them in, drawing on them, and allowing for your body, your soul, your memory to invoke past initiations, to feel the remembrance of the times you have initiated as a warrior, the times you have initiated as an avatar, as a rainbow being of light, as a magician, as a bard, as a storyteller, as a Merlin, as a priest, as a priest, as for my ladies out there, as a Templar, carrying a flame, I want you to feel all of these energies swirling up in you. And memories unfolding. And now coming into earth and feeling yourself in all of the human initiations of being father, of being son, of being wise, of being a teenage idiot who knows everything. and coming all the way back into your heart and just seeking love. And in this moment, feeling the love of the Magdalene, of all of the mothers, of the Divine Mother, encircling and surrounding you and welcoming you into this room, into this moment, into this initiation, as you feel the power of that love rising in you. As you feel these metas and these memories of past lives, of past initiations, of past times spent in temple, maybe not even of this dimensional realm on earth, come into your memory and your space. Of past high mountain valleys, or desert sands, or deep rainforest spaces, or crystalline palaces, letting them all flood into your consciousness and your awareness. As you make your way back into the room and into the moment. And before you come all the way back, I want you to feel yourself here, present, sitting as this earth angel. Feel your wings. Feel your heart. Feel the blessings of that high mountain valley. Feel the rainbow light shimmering across your skin. Feel the touch of white buffalo calf woman, reminding you of the power of all of your gifts, all of your powers. No one ever thinks of being able to do the human thing as a superpower, or being able to figure out how to manage sadness and grief and all of the human emotions as superpowers. And yet it probably is one of the most epic superpowers out there, to be able to navigate those emotions and come through them, to plunge into their depths and then out on the other side. They are the ultimate initiations. And we're here on this planet. And I could add anger. I haven't added anger to the list, but that one right there should be like front and center also, because anger is the ultimate creation force and power we use. And when misguided, it creates all kinds of other problems that lead to the other emotions. It must have been the river that was keeping the anger muted. Being human is a pretty amazing, epic gift. If we're looking at what it is we get to be from the perspective of the gods and the goddesses and the avatars and all the powers that be. And we're here doing it. We're creators. We're initiating. We've got the opportunity to take a crack at this with some real intention. And some real purpose. And we have such an incredible team of masters, from the spirit animals to the gods to the ascended masters that have walked this path before us. And what we're here to create is a consciousness in this time that transcends anything that's come before us. And as we sit here in this meditation, um, it's an honor, it's a privilege for anyone who's felt called to show up with me today and be here to do this. So, with that, go ahead. I'm going to end this, but I want you to take a look at the camera because I promised the sun in our golden flame would be shining down on us by the time we ended. And there it is. It's out. It's like God turned our river into a golden river. So freaking cool. Blessings of the angels, of the gods and the goddesses. And with that, namaste. So much love. I will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye.